Come in.
Good morning, Miss Cruz.
Good morning, Mr. Garfield. Please have a seat. I already read your application letter, and I find you a good fit as a candidate for this position. Let's start the interview. How did you learn of the open position?
I found this job posting while I was browsing JobStreet. I was looking for a position of an operations manager, and your job description immediately caught my eye. The picture you painted about a collaborative and tight-knit team of remote and on-site workers really enticed me to send in an application. I also noticed that creativity and Google Analytics were a big part of job responsibilities, and as someone with an experience in working with teams, I think that my expertise could be a really good asset in this position.
What is your highest level of education attained?
I finished my bachelor's program in business administration with a concentration on operations management at the College of Mary Immaculate. I recently received my diploma on April of 2024.
Well, what attracted you to this career opportunity?
I studied a variety of subjects in college. When I first began, I was not sure what I wanted to do until I took a course in operations management. That class taught me organizing, planning, and leading a team strategically. I really enjoyed that and immediately recognized my passion and skills for managing and leading through learning that program.
Well, how does this opportunity fit your long-term career goals?
This position aligns nicely with my career goal of becoming a team leader within a conducive working environment. The role is in my comfort zone, but a new enough approach that will intrigue me. And your company reputation is adequate to support my growth.
Do you have any other education or training related to the position?
I read your job description and I'm confident that my academic work has prepared me for the tasks and skills that seems to be the focus of this role. In my business courses, I was often the person to lead projects, setting project milestones, as well as checking the progress of each team member daily. That is how I see my prior work experience being a benefit to the position that you're hiring for.
Can you describe experiences related to the position?
In the last company that I have worked at, I oversee its production and help make operations more efficient while complying with environmental and safety standards and regulations. It was also my duty to evaluate products and services produced and ensure that it meets clients' expectations. Since it was my first work experience as an operations manager, I have worked under the guidance of a senior manager and built up working independently.
How do you deal with the tight or fluctuating project timelines?
Time management is important since it impacts my mind, productivity, and ability to complete each task at work. Without time management, I think that it would be impossible for me to meet deadlines and complete each task to the best of my abilities.
That is a good answer, Mr. Garfield. How was working alone or as a part of a team affected your work?
I'm a team player, but I do not need regular contact with my team members. I think we should try to find a good balance. Sometimes, it's good to be in an office with people, brainstorming ideas or working on a project together. But there are tasks that require higher level of concentration. While working on them, I think we should eliminate all kinds of distractions. That's much easier to do when working independently.
Are there any restrictions to your working availability?
I'm able to work Monday through Friday and flexible on start and end times. I appreciate family time during weekends, but more than willing to work beyond standard working hours during weekdays.
What are your salary expectations?
In terms of salary expectations, I look forward to discuss in more detail what my responsibilities at this company would be. From there, I think we can determine a fair salary for this position.
Do you have any more questions regarding the company or the available position?
Yes, I actually have one question.
Alright, go on.
How will you measure the success of the person in this position?
Well, that is really an interesting question, Mr. Garfield. Thank you. Our top management bases its decisions on the operations manager's ability to lead and manage effectively and efficiently, as well as whether or not they are able to finish the deadlines of the projects assigned to them. If the employer can tell that the person in the position is satisfied and happy with the way they are leading the team and assisting them in achieving organizational goals and targets, which made it possible for them to significantly contribute to the overall success of the organization, then that is how success is measured in this kind of career. Well, did I answer your question clearly and correctly, Mr. Garfield?
Yes, Miss Cruz, I actually learned a lot from that input. Thank you.
Well, this is the end of our interview. Thank you for your time.
Come in.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Miss Jenny. Please be seated. So, I've actually read your resume and I find you a good fit as a candidate for this position. So, let's start with the first question. How did you learn about the open position?
I actually found this job posting while browsing JobStreet. I was looking for a position as an operations manager, and your job description immediately caught my eye. The picture you painted about a collaborative, tight-knit team of remote and on-site workers really enticed me to send in an application. I also noticed that creativity and Google Analytics were a big part of the job responsibilities of this position. And as someone who has experience working with teams, I felt that my work experience could be a really great asset for this position.
What is your highest level of education received?
I was able to finish my bachelor's program in business administration with a concentration in operations management at the College of Mary Immaculate and was able to receive my diploma last April of 2024.
The third question is, what attracted you to this career opportunity?
I studied a variety of subjects in college. When I first began, I was not sure what I wanted to do until I took the course in operations management. The class introduced me to concepts such as planning and organizing business activities and managing a team strategically. I really enjoyed that and immediately recognized both my passion and proclivity for managing and leading through learning this program.
How does this opportunity fit your long-term career goals?
This position aligns nicely with my career goal of becoming a team leader within a conducive work environment. The role is in my comfort zone, but a new enough approach that will intrigue me, and your company reputation is adequate to support my growth.
Do you have any other education or training relevant for this position?
I read your job description and I am confident that my academic work has prepared me for the tasks and skills that I believe is in the focus of this role. In my business courses, I was often the person to lead projects and set project milestones. Also, I was the one who checks and monitor progress of each team member daily. This is how I see my prior experience being a benefit in this role that you are hiring for.
Can you describe experiences related to the position?
With the last company that I have worked at, I oversee its production and help make the operations become more efficient while still complying with the environmental and safety standards and regulation. It was also my duty to evaluate the quality of goods and services produced and ensure that they meet client expectations. And since it was my first work experience, I have worked under the guidance of a senior manager and built up working independently.
How do you deal with a tight or fluctuating project timeline?
Time management is important because it impacts my mind productivity and ability to complete my tasks at work. Without good time management skills, it would be impossible to meet deadlines and complete each project to the best of my abilities.
How has working alone or as part of a team affected your work?
I am a team player, but I do not need regular contact with my team members. Sometimes, it's good to be in the office with other people, brainstorming ideas, and working together on a project. But there are also tasks that require a high level of concentration. When working on them, you should try to eliminate all distractions. That's much easier to do when you are working independently.
Are there any restrictions to your working availability?
I am available to work Monday through Friday, and I am flexible on start and end times. I appreciate family time during the weekends, but I am more than willing to work beyond standard working hours during the week.
What are your salary expectations?
In terms of salary expectations, I look forward in discussing more detail about my responsibilities at this company with you. From there, we can determine a fair salary compensation to the position.
The last question. Do you have any questions regarding the company or the available position?
Yes, sir. I actually have one question.
Alright, go on with it.
How will you measure the success of the person in this position?
That is actually a great question, Ms. Cruz. Our top management bases their decisions on the operation manager's ability to manage and lead their team effectively and efficiently, as well as whether or not they complete the projects that were assigned to them. If the employer sees that the person in the position is satisfied with how they are managing or leading their team in achieving the organizational goals and targets, which made it possible for them to significantly contribute to the organization's overall progress, then that is how success is measured in this kind of position.
Oh, I see. Thank you, sir, for that answer.
That's the end of the interview. Thank you, Ms. Cruz.
Thank you, sir. I look forward to working with you.